If you're new here, hi, I'm Kathleen, an avid Pacific Northwest day hiker, solo long-distance backpacker, backpacking coach for women, and the hungry hiker here on YouTube. I just spent the last 2 months hiking 981 miles of the Pacific Crest Trail solo, heading southbound from the Eagle Creek Trailhead near the Washington-Oregon border to Mammoth Lakes in California, where I ended my hike for this year. If you're curious about why I decided to end my hike early this year after only doing 100 miles in the Sierra, you can check out this video. I often get asked about trip logistics, like how I get to and from a trail when doing a long distance hike. So in this video, I'm going to bring you along with me and share with you how I got home from the PCT this year. Who knows? Maybe this video will help you plan the trip logistics for one of your own upcoming long distance hikes. If you're excited about this video, make sure you hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for new videos each week where I talk about hiking, backpacking, and even bring you along with me on some of my adventures. After spending a few days in Mammoth Lakes resting and readjusting back into town life, it was time to say goodbye to my motel room and make my way towards Los Angeles, starting with hopping on the Eastern Sierra Transit shuttle for a 5-hour ride to Lancaster, California. The shuttle makes a pit stop in Lone Pine, California, where I was able to quickly get off the shuttle and say goodbye to some of the trail friends I met this year. From Lancaster, California, I got on the Metrolink and rode it all the way into downtown LA at Union Station. From Union Station, I took the LAX Flyaway shuttle, which dropped me off at the airport. From here, it was a short walk to my hotel, which I would be staying at for the next couple of days. Since I would be staying a couple of days in LA by myself, I felt more comfortable being at a hotel near LAX than in downtown. Plus, the hotel I booked was a short walk to a nearby In-N-Out Burger. While in LA, I continued my trail-to-town transition by relaxing in bed, watching TV, reading a book by the pool, took another Epsom salt bath, kept my trail legs active by visiting the hotel's workout room, which had a cool view of the airport, and visited the nearby In-N-Out Burger a couple of times. After checking out of my hotel 2 days later, I caught the LAX Flyaway shuttle at the airport, which brought me back to LA Union Station, where I would catch the Amtrak train home. That's right, I decided to take the train home instead of flying. Since I took the long way down to California by hiking along the Pacific Crest Trail for the last 2 months, I decided as part of my trail-to-town transition to take the scenic way back home to Washington by booking myself a ticket on the train. I wanted to give myself even more time to decompress after my hike and help me slowly transition back to off-trail life as I made my way back home. This roomette on Amtrak's Coast Starlight is going to be my home for the next 35 hours as I travel all the way from Los Angeles to Seattle. As a solo female traveling alone on an overnight train ride, I felt much more safe and comfortable booking myself a roomette in the sleeper car. This way I could fully relax, have some privacy, and sleep comfortably. And since I'm booked in the sleeper car, all of my meals for the trip are included with my ticket. As a sleeper car passenger, I was granted access to Amtrak's lounge at Union Station before getting on the train. They even gave me a ride from the lounge to the train so I didn't have to walk through Union Station. Pretty cool. Once on board, I'd have a whole 35 hours to relax, read another book, check out all the sights, eat yummy food, sleep, and watch the world go by as I slowly made my way back home to Washington. Here's a quick tour of my room. First, there are 2 comfortable seats that convert into a bed at night. I got a fleece blanket, bottled water, and there's a pull-out table I can use for journaling and eating on. Technically, you could share this room with another person, but it would be pretty cramped. I was happy to have this room all to myself. I used the other seat mainly as a comfortable footrest while I snuggled up in my fleece blanket, reading my book and looking out the window. Across the hallway was a restroom that also had a shower. I decided to skip the shower experience on this trip. After getting settled into my room, it was lunchtime. Sleeping car passengers make a reservation for the time they want to eat their meal and then get sat at a table in the dining car with other sleeping car passengers. As a solo traveler, I really enjoyed having this social opportunity on board during my trip. After lunch, it was back to my room to enjoy all of the beautiful oceanside views. Along the way up to Seattle, there are a number of fresh air breaks where I briefly got a chance to get off the train and stretch my legs. The first fresh air break on this trip was in San Luis Obispo. After a while, I decided to explore other parts of the train, like walking through the business class and coaching seating area, the observation lounge, and walking through the dining car to get back to my room. I decided to take advantage of another fresh air break, this time in Salinas, California, to stretch out my legs. Then once back on the train, it was time for dinner, where I had the side salad, steak, and the chocolate toffee mousse for dessert. After dinner, it was time to get ready for bed. While brushing my teeth, the attendant had converted the 2 seats in my room into a bed complete with sheets and another fleece blanket. Once in my room, I was able to lock the door from the inside and close the curtains for ultimate privacy. I slept so good last night. The constant humming of the train was super relaxing, and every now and then I'd wake up and the train was stopped and I'd wonder where we were. At one point it was like 4:30 in the morning and the train was stopped, and I grabbed my phone to look up on the map to see where we were. And we were in Dunsmuir, which is where I got on trail in Northern California to miss the fires. But it was really dark out, so I couldn't actually see the trail, but it was there. And now we're in Oregon. I love traveling by train. This is so relaxing. Breakfast in the dining car was the most casual meal of the day. There were no reservations needed, and not a lot of other people were dining at the same time. After breakfast, I decided to get back into bed for a couple of hours while I read my book and looked out the window as Oregon passed by outside. For the rest of the train ride up to Seattle, it was enjoying more views, eating another delicious lunch with a dessert, reading more of my book, taking in more views, enjoying a fresh air break in Portland, and having one final delicious meal on board, which was dinner, where I tried the rigatoni and had the chocolate toffee mousse again for dessert. A few hours later, I'd be back home in Seattle, completing my 35-hour train ride from Los Angeles.
Well, we have Oh, hey, can I go hiking with you guys?
In my next video, I'm going to share with you how I've been dealing with the post-trail blues since getting home from my hike on the PCT this year. Post-trail blues is a super important topic that most hikers don't talk about. See you in the next video. Happy trails and keep on trucking.